Kính thưa quý vị khán thính giả của đài Lelo Sài Gòn TV, hôm nay chúng tôi chương trình Money Smart rất là hân hạnh được mời ông Douglas Chung trở lại với chúng tôi trong cái chương trình chia sẻ cho quý vị, nhất là trong thời gian mà đang có thuế, đang lo lắng vấn đề mà phải đóng thuế. Cho nên tôi là Nguyễn Thị Ngọc Tịnh cũng như là
xin chào quý vị, tôi là Tom Nguyễn, Chủ tịch phát triển nhà cửa cho thành phố Fountain Valley và tổng giám đốc cho công ty Integrity Escrow. Và bữa nay là khéo dùng tiền, and bữa nay mình có anh Douglas.
Today is so lucky to have you to come back to our program, Mr. Douglas Chung.
Okay, thank you very much for having me here.
I would like you to introduce again to our audience how.
Yeah, hello. My name is Douglas Chung. I used to work for the Internal Revenue Service 15 years, and then I'm working as a revenue agent and a revenue officer. Thank you very much for having me here today.
So you work for IRS 15 years?
Yes, yes.
And mostly you do the field auditor. It means you go and audit all the business just like your business.
Right, yes. Yes,
right.
Yeah. There are two different agents, field agent and then office auditors.
Yes.
Generally, office auditors, they do a very small business like individual business, they audit them. But field auditors, they do individual entity and then corporations and partnerships and then trust. So basically, we do audit all of the entities.
So you call people before you come?
Usually, we do not call, we send the letter. IRS has the last known address, and then we send the letter first, and then they do not respond it, and then we search for the telephone number, and then we call them. But must be careful. There is lots of phishing call, like a scam. IRS calling that, so audience must be careful for that. Do not involving any they scam plan that to you pay any tax to
that's a great subject on IRS and IRS scams, but how do we differentiate between a scam individual and a real individual or a field auditor like yourself making a phone call? How do I know that you're not scamming me? So what kind of information should I ask for to identify?
Ask them first, and then their name,
right,
and then they post of duty.
The what?
Post of duty. If they're working at the Long Beach, or they give us the telephone number, and then you make sure that you get called back. Usually the telephone number is 800 numbers, so something is different from the not a local numbers then. Generally, not if you're living in the local area, if you're living in this area, maybe covered for the Santa Ana and the Long Beach, they have 714 or the 562 generally.
Let me ask you, does a IRS agent have a employee or a badge number, like an officer or agent, where we could call up and identify if you're a real agent or not, right?
Yeah, usually what happened that if they're a field audit, they visit their business, and then they should show them their commissions. They have their name, and on the Treasury Department in the IRS, they have a badge number there too.
Exactly.
They should show them too. But telephones, you may ask them too. What is your employee ID number? And everybody has their own employee ID number.
And are they willing to give that number?
Of course. IRS agent, field auditors, they should give the numbers. Otherwise, they don't know that too. Yes.
So if an individual doesn't give that number, then that may be a scam person.
Maybe,
right?
Yes,
or it could be.
Let me translate to our audience real quick. Kính thưa quý vị, ông Douglas Chung đã nói rằng là thường ông hay đi kiểm soát tất cả những thuế má của mọi người, nhưng mà trước khi ông tới thì thường người ta gửi theo cái địa chỉ trước, rồi sau đó nếu gửi không người ta kiếm không ra cái người đó thì họ mới kiếm trong cái số điện thoại cuối cùng để họ liên lạc. Nhưng mà mình phải cẩn thận, cái chuyện đó rất là thường hay xảy ra. Hồi nãy anh Tom có nói rằng là như vậy thì người ta làm sao để phân biệt được cái người mà không phải là scam hoặc là cái người là gian dối hoặc là cái người không gian dối của IRS. Thì ông Douglas nói rằng là chúng ta phải hỏi tên, tuổi hoặc là cái chỗ mà người ta đang làm việc, chẳng hạn như Santa Ana hoặc Long Beach, hoặc cái văn phòng người ta làm việc như thế nào, hay là như cái số là employee, giống như cái số mà của cái nhân viên của cái cơ sở IRS. Trước khi mà mình trả lời phải kiểm soát cho kỹ trước khi trả lời, và không có cho bất cứ người nào mà gọi tới điện thoại tới nhà mình mà cho mình số an sinh xã hội hoặc là bất cứ một cái điều gì về những cái sự kiện cá nhân của mình cho người đó. Xin quý vị cẩn thận. Thank you so much. I tried to abbreviate so fast. Yeah. Let me ask you, I just received for past few weeks you've been in our Money Smart talk show, and they're asking, what if they are under 25,000, and do they supposed to report tax?
Okay, there are lots of questions. People who make lower income, then this is dependent. If they're doing business, they make sometimes they make very under the 24,000. Some people make more than, but they do, as long as they're doing business, they should report it. However, if a lower income, they receive a government aid, like they have SSI, then single people, they're less than 12,000, that they don't need to file their tax return. Joint return, husband and wife, they have joint return. They have 24,000, they don't need to file it, that one. So especially elderly people more than 55 years, then 26,600, they don't need to file it. But however, they have another income, like a dividend, the
401k?
401k, investment, income, other incomes. If less than 26,000, they should report it. Otherwise, what happened that who issued the 1099 to the taxpayers and then IRS. Now IRS saying that, hey, these guys are receiving the interest income $20,000. Now how come they did not report it? They're going to send the letter. You have to report it. So this is some part of it is correct, some part of it is not the correct answer. Yes.
So let me summarize real quick with our audience. Kính thưa quý vị, nếu quý vị có lời tức dưới 25.000 mà quý vị nhận tiền trợ cấp xã hội hoặc là những cái gì mà như là SSI thì quý vị không cần report. Nhưng nếu quý vị có những cái tiền như là pension, tiền 401k, những cái tiền lời mà họ gửi tới cho quý vị thì quý vị phải report. Thank you. That's what a lot of people ask.
So Douglas, as an auditor, as a business owner myself, I want to avoid being audited. I don't want to be audited. Yeah. So what are some of the things as a business owner I can do to protect myself and not being audited? Or could you give us some of the steps or maybe tips for a business owner to keep in track, do this, do that, do the right things to avoid being audited?
Okay, there was no way to avoid the tax audit.
There's no way?
No way, because sometimes what happened that IRS, they have 4 methods to select the cases.
Right.
The first one is the random, because of tax system is United States tax system is a voluntary system. So whatever taxpayer they report voluntary, IRS they will check at the random basis. So if you're unlucky enough, then you got to select it under random.
So it's just being unlucky.
Unlucky. Then second one is the each taxpayer they have tax returns. IRS making score there too.
There's
which means
score
numbers, like a $200, 200 points, 300 points. It's based on the, for example, you're living in a very rich area, very rich area. How come you have reported only 10,000 income? They thought that how can you support your family? You drive a Mercedes-Benz, you pay mortgage at 30,000, whatever, big amount of money. Then they think of suspicious then too. How can we report it then? So they make some scores. So some people get a higher score, they're more likely to be audited than too.
So you're saying each tax return is scored in your office with your number, your algorithm per se. Yeah. So, and have these scores, and then you pick from those scores.
Yeah. For example, you're living in the as a rich area, your itemized deductions, you supposed to you know, you earn the income like you know, $50,000, but Schedule A, which means you pay mortgage expense, property tax, $70,000. Can you make sense then? How can you report in California?
Right.
So in this case, you get a higher score. And then commission level, they're going to make, hey, this year we make 100,000 scores higher. We can select all of them. Something we have a score systems, random systems, 211 claim, which means, you know, employee report to their employer, treating their tax returns. Competitive company, you know, there was sent some information to the IRS for the competitive company, something they have to do. And then also, they have a industry specialized program. For example, hey, this year real estate is booming. Real estate agent, real estate, you know, brokers company, escrow company, you know, like a title company. We thought they make money then. Hey, why don't we check those in the industry, selected their tax return, like 80-90% who was involving those kind of business, then they got selected then. So that was a 40% way to do it then.
Okay.
Wow. Well, thank you, Mr. Chong. We will go back after the break. Kính thưa quý vị, xin quý vị đừng rời máy, chúng tôi sẽ trở lại với quý vị trong chốc lát.